welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Guerzon, and I am joined by Gina Marie Guerzon. Also, we have Desi the Destroyer and Titan Brajol. So to make sure that we're not repeating our entrance or our theme, intro, whatever you want to call it, every single time we record this, it is not a beautiful day here in New York. It is actually pouring.
Pouring.
Yes, it's
all
gray,
of a sudden
gloomy,
downpour.
Downpouring.
Our pre-Memorial Day rainstorm.
Yes. So by the time this podcast releases, we hope everybody had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, enjoyed some great weather, obviously after this rain dries up, but hopefully some people get to go out and really get some vitamin D, because here in New York, things are starting to open back up.
And we all know that vitamin D cures coronavirus.
What'd you say?
We all know that vitamin D cures coronavirus.
Oh, yeah, and speaking of vitamin D curing corona, I mean, I guess that's a great topic to bring up today, because we've heard some ridiculous things from people saying, like, oh, I saw on this blog that vitamin D will cure coronavirus. So, they give cancer patients 100,000 units a day. So we should all be taking 70,000 a day. Remember we heard that? And I'm like, bro, you can't be giving people that information. That is terrible. Like, you'll kill someone. You will literally kill
That's
someone.
basically what's all over Facebook and all over Instagram, and it's all these people who think they know what they're talking about that just spew this information that most of the time is very wrong, and it gets people into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, so if you really believe stuff like that and you're reading it, or like you're reading that, you can take this absurd amount of vitamin D and it'll automatically cure coronavirus, or that 5G is killing people, then do yourself a favor. Loosen up the fitting on your tinfoil hat, because it's a little too fucking tight. Or maybe, instead of taking that small of a step in the proper direction towards health, just toss the tinfoil hat out altogether. You'll probably be a lot safer. Can we cue the part where Alex Jones says, "They're making the frogs gay"?
Goodness gracious.
So, let's throw it over to Destroyer. How was your last week? How was the past week for you?
It's been all right. I mean, the better weather this week and May finally actually coming instead of snowing was good.
Yeah.
I got to run again this week. 34 miles total.
Wow.
Nice.
Awesome.
We're training the dog.
Weren't you doing like 18 a week?
Yeah, I took a couple weeks and
That's great.
scaled it back, but this week I went for it again.
You went all
No,
in?
but that's
Yeah.
double.
I really felt like Forrest Gump this time too, because I haven't had a haircut in months and haven't
But
shaved
more
in
real
forever.
life, so like you're halfway between Forrest Gump and Prefontaine.
Yeah.
Dope. Dope.
Yeah, we're training the dog.
I love it.
Now you gotta find your own Gen A.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Gotta find a girl that's willing to get addicted to drugs and give you a child that you never even bore.
The dream.
She's the worst villain of all superhero movies there are.
It's the real American Thanos.
Jenny's the worst human being. She definitely is.
Well, we started watching Iron Fist.
Oh, yeah, that's what we've been up to. We started watching the show Iron Fist. Have you watched Iron Fist?
I've not.
Oh.
I would say, let's put it this, I do like this show. Don't get me wrong, I'm hooked. The cliffhangers, the predictable cliffhangers at the end of every episode in season 1 really piss me off. The show, every episode is pretty long, like 50 minutes.
Yeah, it's long.
It feels long.
Right.
That's what she said. But I don't know. Like, I feel like every episode could get the point across and be condensed in 30 to 35 minutes, and I would still feel the same way. It's definitely an entertaining show. Too bad they got the axe after 2 seasons, as did Luke Cage, which we have to watch And we still never saw Daredevil. Did you watch Daredevil?
Nah, I don't watch the superhero TV shows.
What are you, an adult?
There's too many movies.
I'm Destroyer. I grew up already.
I'm about to turn 21. I gotta
Hey.
gotta throw out all the
We can
comic
get legally
books.
hammered from 6 feet apart. What's up?
Perfect.
Well, I mean, look, he lifted something.
Well,
Right?
when do you turn 21?
The first week of June 4th.
What?
Oh.
That's perfect timing for the newest segment of Overdrive AF. We're gonna add a new segment in. We're going to bring in one of our friends, Drew, to add into that segment. We're calling it WWF, Whiskey White Boy Filipino. So we're just gonna try new whiskey every week. I guess obviously you're gonna join us because you're also a white boy.
It's time.
And yeah, we're just gonna kick it.
I was gonna say on the first episode where I'm 21, we should do like some stone cold like beer chugging
Done.
and just like
There you go.
crash the two together.
Effing done. Oh hell yeah! I'll wear my
Absolutely.
stone cold leather vest.
Perfect. I'll shave my head.
Dope. Cool.
Smart.
Smart. Yeah, Iron Fist is pretty dope. Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, they are long episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it is kind of funny. Like his superpower is, like, honing in on his chi and stuff, which is kind of like.
Yeah.
But the show itself, I think, is pretty good.
I can't do it.
It's kind of eerie.
I'm drained of my chi.
It does remind me of like a Marvel movie. Like it's got that eerie vibe almost.
Yeah.
Like that. The way they said it is like eerie.
It is
Kind of
Marvel.
bloody. It's kind of bloody.
It is Marvel.
It's pretty.
So, it's but it's a very edgy Marvel, like you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was some. What do you want to call it? I don't know. It's like there was some sexual stuff going on, and you know
There was
for-
some bumping of the knees, some horizontal hokey pokey.
and it was pretty bloody. It could be pretty bloody and gruesome, but that's just, I guess that's Marvel Comics.
Mhm.
Marvel, however they would write it.
Yeah. So apparently, like Marvel Comic Universe, we have the Avengers, right? So then there's a little team they put up together from this one called the Defenders.
Oh,
And they saved New York. So that's why I said we got to catch up on. We have to watch Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Jessica Jones next. And I guess Rosario
Okay.
Dawson is in all of them. I don't know. We'll
Wow.
find out. It's apparently she was
Wow.
like, what connects them all? I have no freaking clue.
Titan.
Whatever. It just gives us
You
something
don't
else to
have the
follow on
buzzer?
this quarantine. So
Titan.
Titan, you're pretty brave trying to greet that cat that's gonna slash your face.
Lay down, Papa.
So yeah, Iron Fist. What else have we been up to?
Doing our live streams, doing our charity workouts,
Right.
which Desi killed again today. Made it look easy,
Getting
as
better.
usual.
Christened a new shirt with a ton of sweat.
Yeah.
you go. You guys sign it, put it on the wall.
Yeah.
Marked safe from COVID-19.
Trying to do our part.
Yeah. What else is new?
NBA is even closer to coming back this week.
NBA is a lot closer to coming back. Yeah.
They're saying like mid-July, Disney World.
I mean, The Last Dance already ruined it, so nothing's ever gonna live up to that. So the NBA might as well just can the whole season.
Yeah.
Leave us with Jordan's final game as a Bull.
I saw something on YouTube. I just saw like the post of it where there was like LeBron's first reaction of The Last Dance. I guess that he must have watched it or whatever. I don't know.
I'm sure he's pretty upset.
Dude, MJ's a straight killer.
It would have been cool to see them play against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have really made LeBron cry. Jordan's got a way
Seriously.
to getting under your skin.
you know, but there's the difference there.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the meme? It said, man, I really feel for Kwame Brown, because Kwame Brown, when he first came into the league, he had to deal with Jordan on the Wizards, and then he had to deal with Kobe on the Lakers, and like they're both killers that will get under your skin if you don't work as hard as them. Like, poor Kwame.
And then he had to deal with Stephen A. Smith.
Screaming A. Smith. Lay off the weed. But yeah, vitamin D. We haven't spoken about that yet, huh?
Not in any particular amount of depth, I don't think. We got
So,
into it a little
Vitamin
bit
D
last week.
specifically, or-
Yeah, it's really starting to piss me off because, I mean, we've seen it. People keep posting like, oh, take vitamin D, kill coronavirus. And it's like one of the most, right now, those articles are the new Tiger King. Like, everybody's freaking posting it.
But there's also, and I mean, don't totally quote me on this, but like large doses of vitamin D2 over time can create like calcification within the blood vessels and the arteries and stuff, and that's not a good thing. And that means narrowing of the blood vessels and the arteries and not as much blood flow. You know, that's bad. So you know, with vitamin D, you have to listen to your doctor, and also you need to, if specific vitamin D blood levels are what you're interested in, you need blood work done, actual blood work done. I mean, because there are many people that are deficient, especially during the winter time, and that's why so many people go through that seasonal affective disorder. But you can't just go pop in 100,000 IU of vitamin D.
Can't or won't. Can't shouldn't be in a man's vocabulary.
I mean, that's scary. You know, obviously it takes a little bit of time, but I mean, that's where you actually, you know, you like stay in your lane.
Yeah, no, it's so the article that's really been shared a lot. It references a study that says, you know, they've seen high levels of vitamin D in patients that have successfully fought off COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Yeah, I will not deny that fact. But like, let's look at all the other factors that play into these successions. All right, these wins at least. A lot of these people were really healthy, and you know, they say like the people that died of COVID-19 were very deficient in vitamin D. Okay, yeah, I'm sure they were deficient in a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they were extremely out of shape. I'm sure they had a lot of underlying factors. So before we all just jump the gun and say like, hey, yeah, you want to fight COVID-19? Take vitamin D. I mean, like, that would be the most American thing to solve this whole problem anyway. Because it's just like, oh, yeah, you know, a doctor said that, oh, there's a study that says a glass of wine every night can help fight heart disease. So let's just all start drinking wine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, and then, like, that's all you gotta do. Just start taking wine. Or if there's a new pill, just freaking pop it, you know? Totally don't worry about getting in better shape, you know, de-stressing your life. Don't worry about that. All that's just bullshit. We want to be able to pay for something to consume. That's what we do as Americans. And consume a little bit, F off. No, we want to consume all of it.
Mm-hmm.
As much as possible. Give me all the vitamin Ds.
They want the magic pill and they want it yesterday.
Hell yeah. Supersize my dose. Speaking of supersize, I miss the supersize. I wish McDonald's would bring back the supersize. Like, give me the option to make that decision. Don't take that away from me.
Would you like to supersize it, sir?
Hell yeah. Give me 2 number 4s, supersized. One with a Diet Coke, because it's sweeter.
Why don't
And
you
one with a
just you should
chocolate
just
milkshake.
roll right up to the drive-thru and say that to them.
Yeah.
Order your. And, excuse me, you didn't ask me if I wanted to supersize.
They'll think you just woke up from like a coma or something.
Yeah.
Sir, do you know what day it is? Do you know what year it is?
Who are you on the phone with? Sir, I'm calling 911. You sound like you had a stroke.
Oh God.
I feel like if there's still a Blockbuster, there still has to be a McDonald's that supersizes.
There should be, because they're not all franchise owned. I would know. I worked in one for 2 years.
There you go.
Story of how I got my first job. Walked off the stage from 8th grade graduation. My dad goes, "Hey, we're going to get McDonald's." I'm like, "Oh, sweet. Going to get McDonald's. I love eating." And then, we sit down, I order my food. And as I'm about to grab my food, boom, puts an application right on top of the food. He's like, "You're getting a job." I was like, "Oh, son of a bitch." Haven't had a day off since. Been working since I was 14.
That's killer.
Yeah. At first, I was just like, wow. But then I was like, wait, I get my own money? Hell yeah. I can't wait to spend this like a child.
Put it in the piggy bank.
Bought myself a stereo. So, yeah. No. Yeah. People, don't just go and throw vitamin D into your diet, let alone a lot of it, and expect wonderful things to happen. Maybe consult with an actual doctor, not a Facebook doctor, not a Twitter doctor, not a Karen, unless she actually is an MD. Someone that actually specializes in stuff like that. Even like a real nutritionist, especially in New York, because if you call yourself a nutritionist in New York, you're a dietitian, a registered dietitian.
An RD, yeah.
Yeah, you're not just someone handing out meal plans for bodybuilders. So, anything else we want to talk about today? I feel like there was something that totally slipped my mind.
Plant-based thing?
Oh, plant-based diet. I started a plant-based diet. I'm only eating plant-based meats going forward. So that means that all the beef I consume those cows must have been eating only plants, including corn and grains, because that comes from the ground, which makes it a plant. Am I right? Just like pizza is a plant. Pizza's a salad. It's the best salad there is.
There you go.
Boom.
Boom, son.
What have our members have been up to? So we should definitely shout out Will.
Yeah,
right?
Will's birthday. Mm-hmm.
COVID-19 ruined his original plans, but he's making the most out of it. He's turning lemons into vodka lemonade.
There you go.
Will, he's totally killing it right now with his personal Zoom early morning training sessions with us.
Getting in his replays.
And then going straight into working from home for 16 hours straight, and then doing it again the next morning. So shout out to Will, and Will, have a happy birthday with your social distancing party. Jeff Shalom, did we mention him last time?
I did mention
him last time.
No, I mentioned him on Zoom on our live.
Let's tell the Overdrive AF audience about how well Jeff Shalom's been doing.
Jeff Shalom, well, he's been not only training for, I think, a couple of half marathons that he has set up for this year. He did his first virtual team relay race. Each leg had 4.5 miles, and they won. I think there was 10 teams, so they won. He is lost in total and holding it 21 pounds since he started with us. He and his son Dylan have been doing the replays of all of our sweat workouts, Overdrive sweat workouts. So he and his son train together. They do every replay, which is great, so great. And we check in twice a week through email, and he's loving it, and he's loving the workouts too. He's absolutely loving the online training, our sweat workouts.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have still nutritional clients that I've been working with throughout this whole pandemic, and everybody's doing really well, really well. Some of them are focusing on maintaining, some of them are focusing on losing body fat, losing weight, some of them are focusing actually on massing, and everybody's doing great.
A planned massing.
It was actually planned. Yeah,
Not like
this
some
has been
people
planned.
putting on the physical COVID-19. At this point, I don't know if people are referring to it being a COVID-19 pounds or COVID-19 weeks of quarantine, but you know, this was a planned massing. This was putting on actual muscle.
For sure.
But yeah, no, shout out to Jeff. I mean, he's crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he said it's like
focused.
It's the best shape he's been in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
The lightest he's been in a long time. I think he's only a few pounds away from his original running weight, right?
And I think he had, I'm sure he doesn't mind that I'm sharing this, but because I think people will learn. I think the last time that he was this light was he did, which most people do, is these crazy diets that make you lose, you know, that you might find on the internet or God knows where, that you might lose crazy weight real fast, but how do you maintain, how is it sustainable? It's not sustainable. So he's actually been sustaining a lighter weight for months now, and it's continuing to go down, and he's eating more, and he's loving the way he's feeling. He's loving the way he looks. He knows he looks better. He knows he feels better. Obviously, he's performing better on all of his runs. I mean, there's times when he's running anywhere between, I think, 12 or 10 and 16 miles on his longer runs, because he's getting ready to he's preparing. This year has been preparation for, I think, some half marathons and even a marathon at some point. So we've been working together through this whole pandemic, and even right before that. So he's going strong. You know, it just goes to show you, when you put your mind to something and you have that focus, and there's a lot of distraction around you, that as long as, you know, that's your plan, and and you've already set your mind to it, that, you know, look, there's little bumps in the road, but you can get through it. You get it done. And he's working from home, and he has 3 kids, you know. I mean, if life were meant to be easy, like, it would be boring AF. There would be people wouldn't have any motivation or any drive to do anything. So you need some sort of challenge, right?
That's why you fell in love with me, right? 'Cause it's such a challenge to live with someone like me.
I've learned how to make rice the Filipino way.
That's right.
The ultimate challenge.
How much
This
water?
much. This much.
This much. You put in enough water till it touches there.
See, I told you, Desi.
Oh, man.
We eat rice a lot, though.
Yes, you're welcome.
We've been eating rice for years.
Not as often as
years and years.
Not as often as much as like until I got into your life.
Oh no, we ate pasta. I'm Italian. Hello.
Yeah, Asians gave you pasta. You're welcome.
God, here we go.
Marco fucking Polo. I love when people are like, he was Chinese. Aren't you not Chinese? And I'm like, I thought you said we all look alike. What's up? What's up? No, I mean, look at the calendar, right? So this is going to be the second to last podcast that we are recording in Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So
Oh yeah.
Right.
why not talk about that white rice? Also, I heard there's another Joe Coy Netflix special coming out soon. So
And
what's
Debbie
up,
and I
what's
were
up?
talking about
Yeah.
Joe
what's
Coy.
up? What's up? I'm pumped for
He
that.
is funny. Sleeper.
So
Joseph.
yeah, no, again, just to cover the virtual workouts, we did another charity virtual workout, like Gina had just said a little bit ago. and it's great. You know, I'm loving the online feedback we're getting from people live. So, and then people get on it right away when it's for the replays too. So we're getting feedback on that also. And hey, people are happy. If you're happy, we're happy. And we'll keep it coming.
Yeah. It's keeping people sane.
Yeah.
They're loving the workouts. Absolutely loving them.
And hopefully we can be open soon. So, I mean, obviously we're going to keep doing these virtual workouts for people, but hopefully we can put an end to all this madness soon.
Yeah. Well, phase 1 starts on Monday, yeah?
Yeah,
When
I believe they said
start?
phase 1, like it was yesterday or the day before. Cuomo said, you know, things have been rapidly improving in the Mid-Hudson and Long Island regions. We are in the Mid-Hudson region. And he expects us to be on track to reopen for phase 1 as of Monday, which would be Memorial Day. So, yeah, pretty pumped for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the second that happens, the closer we get to finding out what phase we are put into and how soon we can open.
Yeah, because he hasn't really categorized fitness or gyms, or there's nothing on there in any of the phases.
No.
That's what's so
Not for gyms, at least. No.
frustrating.
Yes.
there's no indication as to where we are categorized and what phase, and I mean, it's just, there's nothing there.
And just to make sure that everybody knows, you know, when we reopen, we're going to be as safe as possible, take all the precautionaries necessary. You know, obviously our gym is always clean. We take pride in that. But yeah, we will be checking people's temperatures. And to answer your question from earlier, Destroyer, no, we won't be using rectal thermometers, only infrared, non-contact thermometers. You sick fuck.
Knew it was coming.
You know the difference between a rectal and an oral thermometer, right?
Oh.
The taste. Gross.
Jeez, Teddy!
I didn't make that joke up.
Oh,
I'm not that clever.
Gross. Gross. But we're ready. We're ready to open. Our members want to come back.
Yeah.
Let's
Actually,
go. And our athletes.
We
Jesus.
just got a text from a member saying that they need us to open ASAP. And yes, we need to open ASAP so we can get everybody swole AF again.
Mm-hmm.
ASAP. So, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take. Maybe we start a petition so that Cuomo can get on his ass to get off his ass to figure out when we can open, and to also do us a favor and separate personal training studios from health clubs instead of just lumping them all together as gyms, because, you know, I don't see how this place cannot be open. We have 25-foot ceilings, constant airflow because we keep the doors open. We're constantly cleaning everything. We keep a cap on how many people can actually come in, and obviously we're not going to be at 100% capacity. Like, we refuse to do that even if we were told that we could have full capacity, because we want to make sure we're safe. So, like, as a membership business, we're going to make sure that only a select few people are allowed in. And yes, our members have priority, but we don't allow walk-in traffic. So I don't know why. It really bothers me that we're lumped into the same group as health clubs.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
we don't have any older gentlemen giving unsolicited advice to younger women in the gym like a health club would.
The whole thing is very. They made a mess of it because you have the small businesses that have to remain closed, that might sell the clothing or might sell the toilet paper or might sell the food or might sell whatever it is, but you can have the larger businesses open that sell all different types of things, but they can be open, and the smaller businesses cannot be open, and they're all selling the same things. So it doesn't make sense. It honestly doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It's very frustrating.
It doesn't.
So.
And we're not a 30,000 square foot Globo gym that you literally could be standing next to somebody on the treadmill, or somebody could be sweating literally next to you on the next machine or whatever. That we actually have, we space things out, and we're only 2,000 square feet. So.
Yeah, it's not going to be nuts to butts in here. Rarely ever is. So, let us open so we can get people friggin' jacked, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, does he even lift? Is that why we're not allowed to open?
I don't know if he does. His brother seems to make sure everybody knows that he lifts all the time.
Quote unquote lifts.
Yeah, lifts.
He probably wears gloves when he does dumbbell curls. Alright, so I'd say that about wraps up everything we had on our mind for this week, right?
Yeah.
Destroyer, any last words?
I think we covered it.
Look at Destroyer's flow. He's got some serious flow coming in.
Yeah,
it's the post-workout flow.
It's like...
It is the post-workout flow.
Bodhi-esque, like Patrick Swayze in Point Break. Very golden. Almost like Roadhouse, though.
That'd be something.
You never seen Roadhouse?
I've never seen it, but I know.
Dude, you need to see Roadhouse.
Patrick Swayze.
You cannot continue as an employee
of this
podcast without seeing Roadhouse.
Whatever.
Well, you'll understand me more if you see Roadhouse.
What was his name in the movie? Why can't I think of it?
Oh, Jesus, I just had a brain fart.
Have you ever seen Roadhouse?
Dalton! That's it.
Let's look it up.
That is it.
He's got a PhD from NYU and he knows Kung Fu. Come on. You don't want to see that?
I want to see it.
I want you to be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Not be nice, yeah.
You just recite the entire script in the morning to get ready.
Say what again?
You just recite the entire movie to yourself in the morning to get ready.
Yeah.
Get that kind of energy going.
Well, you don't? Dude, he was so badass.
Totally.
I go with the Glengarry Glen Ross always be closing speech.
I remember working for a company where they're like, all right, this is what not to do when you work in sales. And then they threw that up as the next slide in the PowerPoint and cut to a clip of Alec Baldwin saying, always be closing. ABC, always be closing, from Glengarry Glen Ross. And it ended, and he's like, yeah, don't be that guy. And of course I raised my hand.
Why
like, Teddy,
not?
what's going on? I go, why not? That guy wins. He's successful. Why not always be closing? He's like, oh, well, you want to gain their trust. And I was like, fuck off. Dalton,
yeah, you were right.
Right.
So, yeah. If you hear anything in the background, that is the rain
It's
coming down
pouring.
hard again. I don't know. Maybe we needed this rain. Were the reservoirs low?
If we were a movie, this would signify
Change.
we're
Did you
ready
ever
to-
have Miss Hinchcliffe or Mrs. Kearns now?
I did.
She talked about that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Nanuet High School, baby. English.
Rap.
English. Yeah. Shout out Miss Hinchcliffe, a.k.a. Mrs. Kearns,
I think
head of
it-
the English department in Nanuet High School, Nanuet Senior High School. That
Someone
never
just
left
need
my
to
mind.
open.
Every
No.
time I watch a movie or something, I'll be like, Gina, look, water is in the scene. It signifies change.
Well, that means it's ready to open, so let's go. We're ready to open.
Yes.
We're ready to start being a business again and actually acting like a business. Allow us to provide our service to our members and our athletes again.
Out with the virus. In with Overdrive.
Yeah.
Big mood.
Yeah.
Mood!
Mood shirts are still for sale if anybody wants to purchase those, and so are the Big Dogs Gotta Eat. Big Dogs Gotta Eat in red is pretty fire, so I suggest that people head on over to overdrivehomeworkouts.com to check out those shirts. And remember,
Home Workouts.
a portion of all the sales goes straight to supporting charities that are helping out with COVID-19 relief. All right. So, anything else? Troy, are you good?
I'm good.
We're going to wrap this up for this week's episode of Overdrive AF. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time.